Good morning. Welcome to the Sysco Virtual Kitchen Healthcare and Senior Living Edition. I'm Christine Romano, Healthcare Marketing Lead for Sysco Canada. We're excited today to be hosting McCain's on the show, and we're going to be talking about solutions to prevent mealtime boredom and share recipe ideas for items that are more than just side of the plate menu items. And joining us, we have McCain's nutrition scientist, Jayne Staples MacDonald, and Chef Ron Opyd. Welcome, Jayne and Chef Ron.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Hi, Christine. First of all, thank you for this opportunity to participate in Sysco's Healthcare Virtual Kitchen. That's really exciting. I am a registered dietitian, and I've been working with McCain now for over 19 years and have supported both our sales and marketing team during this time. And prior to joining McCain, I worked predominantly in healthcare. So today I'm fortunate to be able to talk about a real favorite food, which are potatoes. And certainly potatoes are one of the top comfort foods. We always resonates back to, kitchen and meals and family, and who amongst us has never sort of stolen a French fry from somebody else's plate. So I think those are all positive thoughts when, we're facing COVID and all that, so we can reflect back and think good. When we talk about potatoes, we always think of the carbohydrates, and that's good because they're complex carbohydrates, which gives us sustained energy and also a high satiety level. But I think sometimes we forget to focus on the other nutrients that are contained in potatoes. First of all, the protein, the fiber. We can't forget about the potassium. We know that Health Canada has identified that Canadians are not consuming enough potassium no matter what their age is. So our products can certainly make a strong contribution to everybody's daily meal intake. In addition, our products have some vitamin C and also some trace amounts of zinc and copper. Just about all our products, probably with the exception of 2 or 3, have zero trans fat. They're low in cholesterol and saturated fats. So they certainly have a strong nutritional profile to be included in everyday menus. And when we think about menus, speaking of that, I know as dietitians and nutrition managers, it's always challenging to ensure that the menu offerings for seniors and patients is exciting and stimulates interest. We don't want to have menu boredom because if that occurs, we know that our residents will not eat, and we know the nutritional ramifications that can happen if they are not consuming the correct amount of food or variety of food. And basically, we do know that food is medicine. So we really feel today what Chef Ron has created is going to bring some stimulation and interest in including these as menu features. Traditionally, as you said, Christine, we think of McCain products as being side of the plate, and we're going to show you a few of those today, but we're also going to be a little bit adventurous and include our products as an ingredient for either a center of the plate or snacks. So again, we're definitely going out of our normal arena for that. And all of the products that we are featuring today can be found in our healthcare business guide. That business guide includes over 20 McCain potato products. You will see a visual of what a half cup portion is. So in the case of potato bites, you will see 5 potato bites. You will then also see the nutritionals to accompany a half cup portion. We include the ITSE identification, as well as the ingredients that can be found in each of the products that are featured. When we think of McCain and potatoes, we always associate our products being fried. However, all of the products that we feature in our resource guide, along with many other McCain potato products, can be reconned either using a convection oven, a rational oven, convotherm. We've done extensive testing with Burlach to see how our products will perform there to ensure we can get quality products for residents and patients. So that's, sort of a key focus today. We want to introduce you to these exciting new recipes And Chef Ron, I'm going to turn this over to you so everybody can see what you have been cooking up in the McCain kitchen this morning.
Thanks, Jayne. Well, we're going to show you some fun ways to work with our potatoes, and we also have a new product that we're going to start out with. This is our root vegetables. And so you see here we have a nice colorful vegetables. So we have beets, carrots, and turnips. They have a very thin, ultra thin batter on top, so they'll get nice and crisp baking in the oven. And one thing I want to talk about, these, I would not tray these up in advance and put them back in the freezer, because you're starting out with a frozen sheet pan in the oven along with frozen products. So I do these at room temperature. And also what I'm going to do is when I put these on, I don't leave them in a pile, because they're going to be a soggy mess. They're not going to cook properly. So we're going to spread those out like that. So everything gets flat onto the sheet pan. And then Chef Brooke here is going to take these and he's going to pop those in the combi oven. And we're going to cook those at 375 or 190 Celsius with 50% moisture for 9 minutes in a combi fry basket. Or you can cook them in convection oven at 375 for 10 to 13 minutes. So we're going to show you a couple of dishes here. So the first one we're going to do, I have some of the product ready. We're going to serve it as a snack. We can do this a nice finger food type item, great for memory care. And then I have an edamame guacamole to go with this. So it's pureed, seasoned with a little bit of lime, and it makes a great snack for the afternoon, or simply something that somebody can go ahead and easily finger food type item and dip. So we're going to take that one, set that aside.
So Ron, this is great. I love that you've baked these off. Do all of the items need to be fried, or can all of your McCain products be baked as well?
Well, the ones we're showing you today can be baked or fried.
Perfect.
But all the applications we're showing you today, everything's been baked.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
And then we'll show you another application real quick here. So it's a very simple plate, you know, smaller portion. So you had a nice vegetable medley, and then you've got a great burst of color coming off the root vegetables. It just adds a lot to the plate and looks more visually pleasing. You've got plenty of color to go with. You have your protein as well, and it makes it a nice, tasty entree and definitely inviting.
Looks very nice and colorful. I just wanted to mention that for those of you that are watching live, we do have some poll questions that we're going to be posting. So please, we do encourage you to participate in those.
All righty. So the next items we're going to talk about are McCain mashed potatoes. And what I love about the mashed potatoes is they're very versatile. There's so much you can do. So I always like to think of them as a blank canvas. So one thing we're going to do here, we made some energy bites with some chilled mashed potatoes. So our potatoes will have to be cooked so the starch interacts inside, and then chilled. And once those are chilled, you can let those cool overnight, chill down. And then what I did here, I mixed these with, we have raisins, oats, maple syrup, and we just scoop those into balls, roll them up, and those can be made the day in advance. And that's the nice part of this. Those can be made in advance, and then you would serve 4 pieces to an order. That's a 128 gram portion. Very simple, very easy to do. And those can sit out, once they're plated up, those can sit out at room temperature for a bit before they're served as well. So that's a fun item to do. So when we got that one, now we're going to have a little bit more here. So the other item we're going to do here, this is a Peruvian potato casserole dish. I made it a little bit different than traditional. And traditionally, this was served back in, I believe it was in the 1876 war that Peru and Bolivia had with Chile. And this was served to the troops. And the name of this dish is called causa, which translates into the cause. So this was something that they could make. They would normally layer this with potatoes and maybe chicken inside, so have some protein, maybe some lentils, all mixed together, and they would bring this out to the field to the troops because it did not have to be kept warm. But now it's a staple dish of Peru. So this one here, you'll see I have red pepper and black beans, spinach and white beans, and then this is carrot at the bottom. Now, you don't have to get as fancy with it, but it's just showing you versatility and something else you can do with it.
So I guess you could probably do that in a larger tray format as well, could you?
You can absolutely do it in a larger tray format. I would vegetable coat the pan before you do it. Layer your potatoes, and then the next morning you let it sit overnight. That's also a key for this. It has to sit overnight so it chills thoroughly. Because when you want to go ahead and transfer it out of the pan, you need to warm the bottom of the pan out just a little bit so it loosens up, and then flip it over.
It's so nice and colorful.
It's great because you can plate another item that you can plate in advance. And it's very easy to do. Here I serve a lime wedge with it, but you can also just take, this is a little fresh crema. You can just put a little bit of crema on the side too. And you're all done. Very easy to do. It's one of my favorite dishes. We're going to set these over here for now. You know, the other nice thing I like about the mashed potatoes, doing this chilled or even doing warm, you can add cooked black beans to it. In that moment, I would go ahead and after they're cooked, I would give them a little bit of a rinse so it doesn't start to turn the potatoes gray. You can also add other different types of beans. You could add rinsed lentils that are cooked in there, and it just adds to the dish itself instead of just plain mashed potatoes. I've also added pesto to it as well.
So Jayne, is McCain currently involved with ITSE testing? And I'm just wondering if products like this have been tested specific to ITSE applications.
We have tested absolutely everything that is in our healthcare resource toolkit. We've gone following the ITSE protocol that has been established. We have also taken products that would be a level 7 and have used a RoboCoupe and added additional liquid in forms of a gravy, or it could be a sweet and sour sauce, possibly with some of our Wong Wing products, and have now made them into either a category 5 or possibly a category 6. So again, that testing that we've done has been to provide dietitians and nutrition managers with additional menu opportunities for those who can't eat level 7. So yeah, we have done extensive testing, and as mentioned on our healthcare resource guide, you will see the ITSE identification for sure.
That's excellent. Thank you.
Okay, so the next item we're going to do, we're going to make a potato like a potato muffin, egg muffin, and we're using our potato bites. This 85-gram portion, so it's scrambled egg. We have potato bites on the inside, and low sodium cheddar cheese as well. So what we'll do is we'll cut one of these open here, and you can see the potato bites on the inside. And I used to make these. What I love about these another item can be made the day in advance. So you could think of it as a quiche type item as well, crustless quiche. I would also take these, make them in advance, and then the next morning, I would warm them gently in the oven and then get those ready for buffet service, since I had primarily a hotel background. And these were great, and people love these type of things. And it was easy for the staff to do. One person could assemble, and then one person could reheat and serve the next morning on buffets and such.
work on the Burlage cart system as well. They would recon well there.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Jayne. So the next item we're going to talk about here, these are our potato onion pancakes. It's great finger food, memory care, easy to pick up. I'd like to put dips with things. So what we did here, we have an apple butter honey yogurt dip. So put a little dip with that, and then simple to serve, very easy to do. And that's what I love about it, it's versatility.
And I think you mentioned that these can be baked as well, right?
These are baked, yes.
Perfect.
The ones that, everything that we have showing you today, except for mashed potatoes, obviously, those have been baked. And then we're going to show you another fun dish. Another fun way of serving the baby cakes. So we have some leftover turkey medallions here. We seared those a little bit. We made a red onion relish to go on top. And this makes a nice, again, this is something that can be passed around. This can be served close to room temperature, warm. And all you have to do is we just put a little bit of color, a little bit of sprinkle of some chopped parsley on top. And you got a nice, tasty hors d'oeuvre, appetizer. Very easy to do.
Something that would fit perfectly within retirement, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they can also use these on like a potato bar to go ahead and like add toppings and such to it if they want, just like a French fry bar. We're going to set those aside for now.
Sorry, Jayne, I missed that. Did you mention something?
Oh, no problem. What I was just saying, it would also be an ideal finger food for, you know, those residents that really can't use utensils. I mean, they easily could use their hands to be able to eat this.
Oh, great.
So the next item we're going to talk about, this is our all-purpose diced potato. This has been blanched. There's no additional sodium, so any sodium that's in there is all natural sodium, and it's a blanched potato, and it does need to be finished cooking, so it's not a ready-to-eat item. So we're going to show you a couple different ways to make this versatile. Again, think about the potato as a blank canvas. So here we have a minestrone soup with the diced potatoes added to it. And there's one thing that we want to keep in mind when we're cooking this item. This is not something you put in at the beginning of the process. So when the soup's heated, like here we have a salmon dill chowder heating up. So what we're going to do, we're going to add some of the diced potato to it. We'll stir that in, and you want to stir it in with about the last 5-7 minutes or so of cooking. So when it comes up to a boil, then we're going to go ahead and remove that from the heat and get ready for service.
And Ron, are those already cooked or no?
These are not all, well, for this purpose, yes, they are. But normally, it's right from the freezer. You take them right from frozen. You weigh your potatoes out that you need for your recipe, and then add it with the last few minutes of cooking.
Okay.
So we'll let those simmer for just a little bit, and then it's so easy to do. And the other thing too is think about this. And I've also made vinegar and oil type potato salads with this, with some fresh diced vegetables. So you can add a lot of color to this, a lot of flavor, a little bit of lemon juice in there or lime juice. Add a little acid to it as well. It tastes really nice. We've done that one before. And then the last item we have here, we have some whitefish cakes. And on the inside, we have blended in, we do have the all-purpose diced potato mixed in with this. And what we did, we just cooked these in the pan for a little bit just to get a little bit of color. And then what we do is we get those ready and we pop those in the oven when it's time to cook. Another item that can be made a day in advance, they can be browned. You don't have to brown them. And then you could pop them in the oven and get ready for service. A little bit of vegetable medley and a simple lemon wedge to go with that. Adds nice flavor to it. So we have our salmon chowder here. You can see the chunks of potatoes in here. We have some dill. Then we're going to go ahead and plate this up. And then we just put a little bit more herb garnish on top. But you see, you got the nice big chunks of potatoes in there, and you see, when you add them closer to the end, it helps maintain their integrity, and it looks great, and it tastes great, and it doesn't fall apart or disintegrate into the soups.
Looks
So we have
amazing.
plenty of ideas for you, and when you think about it, remember, potatoes are the blank canvas. There's so many different things you can do with it. It's very versatile, and I think it's just limited by your imagination.
For sure.
I had a quick question. So how are McCain products processed? Like what is?
It's a really simple process, you know, Christine. I mean, the potato trucks come in the back door. The potatoes are inspected. They're washed, they're peeled, they are cut into whatever form we want. They will go into a fryer, or they could be water blanched like our all-purpose dice. All of this is very controlled because we have some products that are only in the fryer for a couple seconds, then they are frozen and packaged. So definitely very, very simple.
And a lot of the processes that we do in the plants, like with the diced potatoes here, when you think about it, from a chef's point of view, it's exactly how we would prepare those in the kitchen. So we would peel, we would dice, we could steam off, or we could partially blanch the potatoes and get those ready for service. So it's not any different than what is normally done in the kitchens. It's just that we do the work for you, and that's the great part about it. Same with the mashed potatoes, and same with the root vegetables. The potato onion pancakes, a lot of flavor, very easy to do. Helps save on labor cost as well. That's an important thing nowadays, everywhere you go.
And certainly,
And a family-owned Canadian company.
That's right. Definitely.
That's correct. And that's everything we have to show you today.
Amazing, amazing. Did you have any other content, Jayne, that you wanted to share, or?
I think what Chef Ron's been able to show you and everybody on the virtual kitchen is how easy it is to incorporate potatoes as part of the menu on a regular basis, keeping in mind the nutritional value potatoes have. They're cost efficient and certainly can provide a lot of menu variety that will gear to individuals who can eat just like you and I, and those that, you know, certainly have more challenges with dementia or memory care, and all of those who are challenged to be able to still eat independently. So there's a variety of choices for you.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing these fantastic recipe ideas. We know that preventing mealtime boredom is so important with senior living, and you've provided some great content to reimagine where potato recipes can expand to. So that's a wrap on our Virtual Kitchen Healthcare Edition with McCain's for today. But join us on December 1st at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where Export Packers will be joining us to share their healthcare and senior living inspired recipe creations. Thanks so much, everybody, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks,